very protective of my heart and matters of the heart.
Like I'm confused because y'all know peace is what I want. Like I don't want no smoke, bruh. Like I'm too happy right now.
What would you do if you caught the love of your life, your partner, in the most devastating betrayal imaginable? Imagine hearing intimate conversations meant for no one else but them. Well, that's exactly what happened to Iman Shumpert. In a shocking turn of events, a romantic call between Teyana Taylor and Aaron has been leaked to the world, and it's tearing everything apart. Iman is left blindsided, heartbroken, and betrayed. The internet is ablaze with speculation. What happens now? Will Iman and Teyana's relationship survive the scandal, or has everything changed forever? The internet is still reeling from the recent leak, a private and emotional conversation between Teyana Taylor and Aaron, revealing the shocking details of their affair. The details are raw, unfiltered, and painfully intimate. Fans were stunned as they listened in, but no one was more affected than Iman. The affair not only broke the trust in his marriage but also shattered the image of a perfect family that he and Teyana had built for years. Iman, who once shared his love for Teyana with the world, was now faced with the cruel reality of betrayal. His pain was palpable, and the fallout was immediate. This wasn't just a slip-up or a momentary mistake. This was a calculated betrayal that left Iman in tears. The emotional gravity of the situation was impossible to ignore as he processed the hurt and anger that followed. But what makes this even more intense is the way the world has been watching, speculating, and sharing every detail of this heartbreaking scandal. Teyana and Iman's relationship was once seen as the epitome of couple goals. From their red carpet appearances to their loving posts on social media, they seemed to have it all. They were the picture of success, both professionally and personally, raising their beautiful daughter in the public eye. Their connection seemed unbreakable. But behind the scenes, there had been rumors of growing tension. While they appeared to be living a fairy tale, cracks were beginning to form in their relationship. Iman's busy career and Teyana's own rise in the industry meant long periods apart, leading to misunderstandings and emotional distance. Despite this, they had always managed to keep their family life intact, proving the strength of their bond. But this affair has changed everything. The betrayal stings because it challenges everything they had built, leaving fans and loved ones wondering if any of it was ever real. It's no longer just about the public image, it's about the very foundation of their relationship being broken. The emotional weight of this scandal hits harder because of the love and effort they had once invested in each other. When the news broke, it wasn't just Iman who was left to deal with the fallout. His family, especially his mother, was devastated by the revelation. Iman's mother had always considered Teyana a part of the family, and now she had to come to terms with the fact that the woman she once welcomed into their lives had hurt her son in such a profound way. The emotional impact was clear in her responses, as she struggled to support Iman while also dealing with her own feelings of betrayal. On Teyana's side, the reactions were no less intense. Her family was torn. Some defended her, while others were disappointed and angry at her actions. The tension within both families was palpable, and as the public pressure mounted, it only added to the confusion and hurt. It wasn't just about Iman and Teyana anymore. This scandal had spilled into the lives of everyone close to them. The damage had already been done, and now it was a matter of picking up the pieces, if they even could. The family dynamic had shifted forever, with each person forced to process the betrayal in their own way. As the story unfolded, fans were left with more questions than answers. The news of Teyana's affair with Aaron spread like wildfire, and the online reactions were explosive. Some fans rallied behind Iman, offering their support and sympathy, while others expressed their anger toward Teyana, condemning her actions. The internet became a battleground, with people picking sides and debating the couple's future. Speculation ran wild. What had really happened between Teyana and Aaron? Was this affair something that had been going on for a while, or was it a one-time mistake? Fans began to dissect every social media post, every interview, every little detail they could find to piece together what had gone wrong in Iman and Teyana's relationship. Meanwhile, others speculated about Aaron's involvement. What role did he play in this betrayal? And what were his motives? It was a frenzy of rumors, and everyone had a theory. Would Iman forgive Teyana? Or was this the end of their relationship for good? As the story continued to unfold, the audience was left on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next twist in this drama. As the days turned into weeks, the situation seemed to grow more complicated with each passing moment. Just when everything appeared to be unraveling beyond repair, a post from Teyana on social media caught everyone off guard. It was cryptic in a way that only she could pull off, sending waves of confusion and curiosity through her followers. The message, short and deliberately vague, was powerful in its simplicity. It left people wondering, was this her attempt to apologize? Or was there something much deeper behind it? Her words seemed to hint at a complexity far beyond what the public had seen so far. Fans, always in tune with her every move, speculated that there was something Teyana was holding back, something that would eventually come to light. It was a riddle wrapped in a mystery, leaving everyone to wonder what it all truly meant. The post didn't provide clarity, but instead, it intensified the already heightened drama, creating an even bigger cloud of uncertainty over the entire situation. Iman, on the other hand, had been silent for what felt like an eternity. Days passed without a word from him, and the fans began to feel the weight of his silence. Everyone was waiting for him to say something, to share his side of the story, to let the world know how he was coping with the betrayal. When he finally broke his silence, the emotional impact was immediate and overwhelming. Iman appeared before the camera, his face a picture of raw pain, eyes filled with unshed tears. The interview was nothing short of heartbreaking. He spoke candidly about the turmoil he had been experiencing, the deep pain that had consumed him in the wake of the betrayal. His words were not just those of a man hurt by his partner's actions, but a man torn between love and loss. The sorrow in his voice was palpable, and it reached deep into the hearts of those who had followed his journey. As he spoke, the audience could feel the vulnerability in his every word, and for a moment, the world outside seemed to fade away as the weight of his words settled in. Iman's emotional confession was the turning point that many had been waiting for. In the midst of his grief, he confessed his confusion, his uncertainty about whether he could move forward or whether it would be better to walk away from everything. The pain of the betrayal had left him questioning not just his relationship but himself. Yet, even through all the hurt, his love for Teyana was undeniable. His words, though filled with sorrow, still held onto that thread of love, and it became clear that no matter what had happened, his feelings for her were not easily erased. This confession, filled with vulnerability, painted a portrait of a man who was trying to make sense of the mess his life had become. It was a confession that echoed through the hearts of fans, leaving them torn between hope for reconciliation and the reality that the damage might be irreparable. What followed next was the question that lingered in the air: was there a chance for reconciliation? Or was this the end of their love story? The emotional depth of Iman's statement left everyone questioning the future. Could love survive such a betrayal, or had they reached the point of no return? The uncertainty surrounding their relationship was reflected in the public's reaction. Fans, who had been rooting for them from the beginning, found themselves caught in a whirlwind of emotions. On one hand, there was the hope that they could heal, rebuild, and come back stronger. On the other, there was the painful realization that sometimes love alone is not enough to mend a broken relationship. The public watched, holding their collective breath, waiting for the next chapter to unfold. Would they find a way to overcome the hurdles that life had thrown at them, or would the emotional wounds prove too deep to heal? The questions remained unanswered, and the suspense continued to build. As Teyana's cryptic message and Iman's tearful confession lingered in the air, the future of their relationship seemed shrouded in uncertainty. Their once perfect love story, full of promise and shared dreams, now appeared to be on the verge of falling apart. The world, captivated by the drama of their personal lives, watched closely as two people, whose lives had been intertwined by love, now struggled with the harsh reality of betrayal. For months, they had been a symbol of a perfect couple, admired by fans and praised for their public displays of affection. But now, they found themselves at a crossroads, facing a tumultuous storm of emotions that seemed impossible to weather. The overwhelming pain was evident in every word Iman spoke, and the deep sadness in Teyana's posts only amplified the emotional weight of the situation. Their relationship, once vibrant and filled with joy, now seemed like a fragile thread. Iman, in his vulnerable state, openly confessed the inner turmoil he had been experiencing, unsure of whether he could move forward or if the pain was simply too much to bear. Teyana's message, though cryptic, spoke volumes, adding to the confusion and tension. Was it a cry for help? A silent plea for forgiveness? Or was it the last glimmer of hope that she, too, felt the gravity of the situation? The public, glued to every update, became both spectators and participants in this emotional roller coaster, feeling the heartbreak and confusion of both Iman and Teyana as though it were their own. But as the world continued to speculate, one truth remained undeniable. The raw emotion, the heartbreak, and the sheer vulnerability that both Iman and Teyana had shown in their darkest moments would continue to captivate everyone who followed their journey. No one could look away. The pain was real, but so was the love they had once shared. Would they find their way back to each other? Could their bond withstand the test of betrayal and the emotional wreckage left in its wake? Only time would tell. For now, the story was far from over, and as the drama unfolded, the world could only wait to see if there was still hope for their love or if it was truly the end of their shared story. As the dust began to settle, Teyana made a shocking move that left fans reeling. She posted a photo, seemingly innocent at first, but something about it seemed to hint at a new development. Was this the first step toward reconciliation, or was it just another piece of a complicated puzzle? Meanwhile, Iman's silence left fans anxious, wondering whether he would stay with Teyana or call it quits for good. The stakes were higher than ever, and the emotional tension was unbearable. With the future of their relationship hanging in the balance, the world waited in anticipation for what would come next. Would Iman and Teyana make it through this betrayal? Or was this the end of their love story? The cliffhanger left fans hanging, desperate for answers that were yet to come. Now that you've heard the latest developments in this heartbreaking scandal, what do you think? Will Iman forgive Teyana? Or has the trust been shattered beyond repair? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think there's hope for reconciliation? Or is this the final chapter? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next twist in this drama. Trust us, the story's far from over.